Let's do something a little different today. Hey, all gravity, anything above ground living. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Monday. Shout out to Machiavelli Mills. I might tag him in this. Shout out to him. Because he's one of the few that actually talks basketball and tells the truth. Nikola Jokic is not that good. I'm sorry. We gotta be honest with ourselves. He's not that good. And I see too many people online try to say that he's like the greatest center ever. And I'm looking at y'all say this. And I'm saying to myself, how is he the greatest center ever when games like this you don't step up? Now, granted, the Thunder are a way better team. We understand that. And the fact that they pushed into 7 games, that should be a testament. But you're the leader. You have to inspire. There's no reason why you're taking the third least shots. I'm sorry. You're taking the third most shots in a game 7. There's no reason. How are you in game 7 taking 9 shots? When they tell me that they can space the floor. I need this explained to me by you basketball fans, you alleged basketball fans, I should say. And to make it worse, because I know nobody brought this up, to make it worse, this is a division opponent. Both of these teams play in the same division, so you should know what their strengths and weaknesses are, and you still got cooked. Sir, you had the most turnovers on your team. You played the most minutes. You are a negative 23 on the court. And I don't understand why their coach did not play DeAndre Jordan. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. You let Hartenstein outplay you? He let Hartenstein outplay him. Nasty. It could be Wallow J. That's what I'm looking for, because that's a big story right there. That's what I'm looking for, but we'll see. We'll see. You let Jalen Williams give y'all the business. I'm not saying he trash, but y'all let him give you the business. This is nasty. And then I saw something. I don't think I saved it, but I could find that easily. I saw this post last night, and this is the real reason why I'm doing this quick live. Yeah, I didn't save it. I wish I did, but I answered to it. I saw this post yesterday, and I swear to God, people, they just be writing dumb things online, but I get it. Let me see, where is it? Here we go. Somebody put this up, talking about one gotta go. Patrick Ewing, Shaq, Hakeem, David Robinson, and Jokic. Now, if you're a real basketball fan, you know Jokic does not belong on this list. You know that. But some fool in Canada says, if this isn't extremely easy for you, you must be wearing Tim's. If you think Patrick Ewing needs to be off this page in this list, you're crazy. Patrick Ewing, the man who basically is the reason why Jokic can thrive in this league. I know a lot of people don't want to admit that. Nikola Jokic is Patrick Ewing's son. Because if you watch basketball like I've watched it, Patrick Ewing was a jump shooting center consistently. He loved bringing out those centers that loved to just troll the paint and force them to guard him at the top of the key. But y'all praise Jokic for shooting threes. Patrick Ewing plays defense. He played defense, hard-nosed defense. Jokic scared to go mix it up inside. He grabbed a rebound, miss a layup. He started complaining how he got fouled. And y'all got the nerve to put him on this list. So I said Jokic doesn't belong on this list. He would get hurt by watching Ostertag videos against the other four. Listen, nobody here's picking on him one-on-one. Are you insane? Bruh, Shaq would destroy him in the paint. You telling me 2000 Shaq is gonna have a problem with Jokic? 2000 Shaq. 61-21 Shaq. Has this person ever seen David Robinson's physique when he was playing? Hakeem Olajuwon would break his ankles. And then I know I have to talk about the elephant in the room. He used all these older pictures. Put them on their prime. That man is 30. Put them against any one of these players in their third, right when they turn 30. Somebody said he'd be Arvydas Sabonis if he was in the 90s. Ain't no center finna let him get no type of threes. No coach is gonna let him shoot threes like that. None of them. Why? Because he could dribble. Shaq can dribble too. Joker is the best player on this list. Oh my God. Oh my God. How is Joker more accomplished than David Robinson? They just be talking. They just be talking. Okay, David Robinson got 2 rings. A Defensive Player of the Year. An Olympic medal. What are we doing? All right. Again, these are people's opinions. I ain't even mad. This man said Ewing is the most overrated player in the history of the NBA. I tell you, they don't know nothing about no overrated players. All right. Yeah, that was another thing. How you get locked up by Caruso? Caruso was taking the ball away from him, and that man didn't even run back on defense. Bruh, let me tell you something. And y'all know me, I ain't a big LeBron fan. That's the only reason why they get that man credit. He beat LeBron. That's the only reason he getting credit. This is the same team that had to go 7 games against the Clippers. But they supposed to be great. I think Thunder Clippers would have been a better series, but you know, that's hindsight. Game 2, you got this. You gave up almost 150 points. Where we do that at? 7th game, you didn't even crack 100. They were almost down 30 at one point. Y'all should have just got everybody off the floor. But all right. Somebody was watching Tom Thibodeau tape. And this Patrick Ewing disrespect gotta go. Because it's funny, they love talking about, hey, they got rings and all that. Them motherfuckers ran to the Western Conference. Shaq ran to the Western Conference because he didn't want to see Jordan. Every time he saw Jordan up until 95, he was getting cooked. He saw Jordan on a half a year comeback and thought he did something impressive. The next year, they got spanked. Do you understand? Let me show you how delusional these people are. Do you understand that Patrick Ewing is the only player to push Michael Jordan to 7 games in a playoff series where they arguably could have lost? Michael Jordan has said it on many occasions. When he go to New York, he hate Patrick Ewing guts because he know he about to come out of there with another scratch. But then they go to dinner afterwards. New York is the only team that ever scared Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was not thinking about no Hakeem Olajuwon. He was not sweating over David Robinson. I fuck with David Robinson heavy. And I said what I said about Shaq. Michael Jordan would be laughing at Jokic right now. Laughing. Correct, Wallow J, but what happened? He saw the Knicks in the first round. The Knicks were shelling themselves in '98. They didn't gel yet. That was easy. No, I'm sorry. Not '98. That was no, that was '98. No, they saw the Nets in the first round. I forget. One of them years the Knicks were the lower seed and they got swept. And besides, Ewing was breaking down anyway. But the early '90s, shit. NBC every weekend they was hoping the Knicks in Chicago were playing. Put that game on at 12:30, 3:30, or 5:30. Lord have mercy, they was doing some numbers. Yes, Wallow J, they did it once, but Indiana was no threat to the Bulls like that. 92 and 93 scared the hell out of Jordan. 92 was 6 games, 93 was 7 games. Scared the hell out of him. He probably had four if the Knicks won. Indiana was not a threat like the Knicks were. They were not. You got to understand, Indiana was in their division. They saw them 4 times a year. They saw the Knicks max 3 times a year. That was basically a home game. You had to go to New York, prime time. Jordan and Starks going at it. Come on now. We was in the trenches. You wore a Bulls hat in the early 90s to Madison Square Garden. You was getting jumped in the bathroom. You know how long it took Michael Jordan to get cheered in Madison Square Garden consistently? You know how long that took? We wasn't cheering that man in the playoffs. He didn't really start getting cheered like that until 96. Well, after the double nickel game, I should say. But the fact y'all put this man on here talking about one gotta go after he shit the bed yesterday, boy, y'all should never say nothing again. Y'all should never say nothing again. And y'all tell me he better than you, and well, okay, dude. Let me ask y'all this. Since y'all want, for those who want to defend Jokic, tell me the competition he saw. I want to know. Who's his competition? And it's always funny that they compare him to black centers. They never compare him to George Mikan or Pistol Pete or Bill Walton. Never them. Or Rony Cycli or Wemniam, George Murasan, Sean Bradley. They never compare them to the white centers. It's always the black centers. I just want to know. Tell me his competition. They want to give him MVP because he's white. It's not because he's good. Because if you looked at this season, SGA should be MVP. Yes. Yes, Macho. They thought Clyde was going to be that guy. They thought it was him. And they lost in 6. Gene, they're not only comparing him to his peers, they're comparing him to the players of old. He's not even in their league right now. Okay, I'll ask you this, John. Who's his rival? Who's their rival team right now? AWR, remember that he got MVP last year, but I think he got the year before when they won the title. And people were like, how y'all trying to get this man three straight MVPs? How? First off, how you give him MVP when his team was 4th? How? Like, that don't even make sense. You say maybe Minnesota, right? Okay, Minnesota. And they didn't even get a chance to go see Minnesota. It proved last year that they actually got their number. They didn't even get a chance to. And y'all really telling me that this dude is nice because he can dribble and shoot a three. You might as well compare him to Dirk Nowitzki then. Then we can have a conversation. The dude just turned 30. Do you realize his body? Let me see now when his body breaks down. Let me see how he plays. Is he going to change his style? That's what I want to know. And like most people say, he don't play defense. So what's the point? Oh my God. And then these delusional people in here. Put 0 rings Ewing out. Sir, again, without Ewing, there is no Jokic. Yes, they should have won that series. How you put Jokic third? Do you see this? Oh my God. Sir, first off, their only championship came against Miami, and everybody on earth knew that Miami had no shot, especially coming off that series where they blew a 3-0 lead, thanks to this league, but whatever, because they wanted Denver and Boston. They had nothing left in the tank to go see the Nuggets, and that's why they lost in 5. And Game 5 wasn't even close. And look, we of course we got to have some racists in there. Look, Jokic, duh. The only ones not selecting Jokic were born after 2000. People have no idea the era centers I refer to as the Titans. They really think Shaq would have a problem with Jokic. Shaq. Ewing wasn't highly drafted. I tell you, they don't know nothing about basketball. He said Ewing wasn't highly drafted. Ooh, boy. Okay. Ewing wasn't highly drafted. Oh, I tell you, they dumb. You're dumb. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because most people remember this. Nikola Jokic was not drafted number 1. I seem to remember this. Look, he is widely regarded as one of the greatest players and centers of all time. Are you insane? Is often considered the greatest draft steal in NBA history. Are you insane? You see how quick they disrespect Kobe? Do you see that? How is he one of the greatest players of all time? How? Oh my God. They try to give him MVP. They try to give him MVP 4 times straight. Like, are you serious? He couldn't even lead his own home team to a gold medal, and they got a bronze last year. That could, bruh. Let me see. Where is that draft? We finna look up that draft. He been in the league a decade. Okay, let's see. You got Andrew Wiggins, Joel Embiid, Aaron Gordon, his teammate, Marcus Smart, Julius Randle, Zach LaVine, him. Let's go look at the second round. Okay, here we go. I don't know where the hell he at. KJ McDaniels, Joe Harris, Clay Anthony Early, he out of the league. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jeremy Grant, Glenn Robinson III, Dwight Powell, Jordan Clarkson, Giannis's brother, Corey Jefferson. Okay, so there's nobody else in there. But why, if he's considered one of the greatest, well, how would he drop that low? Shit, and Philly had 2 picks. They could have got them both. Well, I guess. You're going to leave Taco Fale alone. Taco Fale the ghost. What the fuck is you talking about? Taco Fale is the GOAT. He should be back in the league. Okay, so he has Russ stats. What does that mean? Where were those Russ stats yesterday? Where were they? Where were they? Great. He led his team in scoring. They lost by 32. Where was that scoring yesterday? I'm sorry, I would have started Russell Westbrook yesterday. That's just me. Man led everybody on the court with 5 turnovers. And then when he got picked by Caruso, why didn't he run back on defense? I don't see what y'all are seeing, but it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you this though, that division now, if the Wolves or the Thunder make the finals, listen, let me tell you something. That's gonna be the toughest division for the next 3 years. They ain't getting out of the first round. They might not. They might be. Listen, let me tell you something. Denver, as great as they think they are, the next 3 years they might be in the play-in tournament. I know somebody about to tell me I'm crazy for saying that. Denver, Minnesota, OKC, Portland, and one them. No, I'm talking about that fucking team. Why the fuck am I blanking right now? Shit. Jamal Murray, 13 points. I still don't understand. You knew Aaron Gordon had a grade 2 strain. Why did you not have DeAndre Jordan play? That's what I don't understand. Why did you have Michael Porter Jr. playing and he wasn't playing well? I'd have taken him. I wouldn't. I would have taken him out, and I don't know who I would have put up there. Well, Mick Swagger, you can't trade them both. They both got max contracts. You can't trade them. And who's gonna take that contract? I'll let you play GM. Figure out the team that's gonna take back that contract. Those two contracts. Let me see. Maybe they have their contract here. Let me see. They usually don't. Illness is available. Yeah, they gave him a max contract. That was dumb. Let me see how much his contract is. Worth over $179 million, and he still got 2 years on it. Well, next year. Okay, next year. No, 2 years. I'm sorry, 2 years. 2 years. Jesus. Woof. Could be worth up to $200 million, and he just standing there. $200 million, and he gave you 6 points. 6 points. That's crazy. Jamal Murray, boy. What? Didn't he get a super max? Let me look. I think he got a super max. Wait, them people supposed to call me at 9 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna look. Jamal Murray contract, and then I gotta go. Almost the same contract, but he got another 3 to 4 years on it. They're gonna trade him in that last year. They're gonna trade him. The only way you get out of this contract, honestly, somehow, some way, you entice Giannis to go to Denver. That's the only way you get out of them contracts. That is what it is. Anyway, I will see y'all in a little while. I gotta go handle some business, and we're gonna have fun later. We're gonna talk about stuff. But anyway, hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.